a lot of stories to give you from our various news portals. We'll do the local ones, we'll go international as well. Because of course it's New Year's Day, and so there's stories from everywhere as well. So we'll go to CityNewsroom.com, ChannelOneNews.com, and look at a few other local portals, and then go international as well.
All right.
Do you want to start with any?
Of course, I'm starting right off on ChannelOneNews.com. The president spoke yesterday to give us his final greetings for the year 2024. So there's a story there that says, "Overcome fear, secure Ghana's future," Akufo-Addo tells the youth. And also from the camp of the president, "We've laid a strong foundation for Ghana's growth." EC cancels Dom Kwabenya rerun. Eliklim Akurugu declared MP-elect. "We must not fail Ghanaians," Fifi Kwete tells NDC supporters. "State awards reserved for distinguished people, not vigilante." And that's by Asiedu Nketia. And also some 5 confirmed cases in Ashanti region were reported, and this is with regards to the cholera outbreak. So you may want to stay safe and watch what you eat. Political power shouldn't come with violence. That's by Akufo-Addo. No change in ownership structure, and that's with regards to Melcom. State awards reserved for distinguished people, not vigilante. I mentioned that earlier on, and that's from Asiedu Nketia. So that's what we have on ChannelOneNews.com. But there are other stories there as well. So if you want to check out other stories in politics, business, sports, entertainment, and lifestyle, you may want to head on to ChannelOneNews.com to check some of them out.
All right, let's go to CityNewsroom.com, and we have here Ghanaians usher in 2025 with prayers and fireworks. Yes, the skyline was lit beautifully with some fireworks all through the night.
Yes.
Even at the wee hours of this dawn, I heard people still firing and so on. Yes, and the churches all churches were full everywhere. If you go online, you see it. And now the online has come to stay, you know.
Yes,
so every church has an online facility, and it's just beautiful to see how all the services were filled. Last night,
who couldn't go to church,
yes.
For those who couldn't go to church, they joined online, so that you were part of the service. I remember yesterday, the lady who was sitting right next to me had called her sister from Cape Coast on a video call while we were in church. So she joined the service via video call, even though the live stream was on. She decided to be on video, so it was a beautiful,
interesting.
Experience.
Yeah, so we were at the Living Streams International, where the 2025 was declared as the year of divine. What is it? It's just escaped me. Anyway, it will come back to me. Divine increase. Right. That's a divine increase. Yes. So we're looking for greater and better this year. All right. So let's go and look at a few other ones here. We have May 2025 bring us joy, peace, and abundant blessings. Akufo-Addo is speaking in his final New Year's greetings. Akufo-Addo again. Ghana's economy rebounding impressively, and EC officially declares Faustina Eliklim Akurugu as MP-elect for Dome Kwabenya, and 10 officers who sued to block police transfers file to abandon case. Interesting times. You know, yesterday the story came that they had filed to sue the IGP to block it from certain transfers. Now they have gone back to file that they want to abandon the case. State awards not meant for vigilante boys and girls. And those are some of the stories we have there. Kofi Boachi is telling the NDC supporters, we must not allow greed to divide us. And this is a very important call to all that would want to be, particularly politically partisan supporters. That it's very important to remember that it's very easy to walk the path of the people you accused. When you point a finger, guess what? There's 3 pointing back at me. As I'm pointing to you, 3 are pointing back at me. So it's very easy. As you accuse someone, you can easily walk the same path. Kofi Boakye is reminding us that let's not allow greed to bring division among NDC supporters. Okay, so those are some of the stories. We'll go into some details shortly.
Right, cool. But before we do that, let me take us to myjoyonline.com.
Yes.
7U has been the greatest honor of my life, and that's by Akufo-Addo. Ghana's economy is rebounding impressively. Nana Akufo-Addo says in New Year's message, Ghana Police Service assures public of enhanced security measures for New Year celebrations. State awards are for people of distinction, not someone like Hawa Kumsin, and that's by Asiedu Nketia. Students can resit papers in January and February 2025. That's with regards to the WASI results. Legally backed committee needed to determine who deserves state awards. Asiedu Nketia has that one there. Postpone reopening of schools on January 3rd, Charles tells government over financial constraints. EC declares NDC's Akufo-Addo winner of Dom Kwabena election. Parliament's Committee on Works and Housing inspects Saglami housing project after devastating fire. Our victory is a triumph of Ghana's soul over NPP's corruption, Fifi Kwete says that. And finally, let's not be arrogant because we've won power. Zenato Rawlings to the NDC.
All right, I would go, let me go international. I think you can do the graphic online.
Right.
I'll go to the BBC Africa. Let's go to some African news. Ivory Coast says French troops to leave West African nation. This is coming on, this is BBC Africa. We have blurred battle lines, how the wars of 2024 brought together rivals but created new enemies. So there's an interesting read there. What the conflict in 2024 means in 2025. I told Sudan players to feel they are Messi or Ronaldo. So Kwesi Appiah is revealing how he inspired his players to do the magic. You know, so Sudan coach Kwesi Appiah reflects on how his team defied the odds in the middle of a civil war to reach the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations. All right, and that's a very important story that to read, because Ghana, in its beautiful, blissful, peaceful existence, did not reach, could not, and even the chant, we are also out. So that's how it is. Zimbabwe abolishes death penalty. Okay, we have Mozambique opposition leader calls for unity ahead of renewed protests. And one of the first prisoners held at Guantanamo by US sent back to Tunisia. And a final one, dozens die in Ethiopia after lorry with wedding guests falls into river. Very unfortunate story there. Very, very sad one. You're going to a wedding and then you're heading out, your entire the truck with all the wedding guests in it. And it's why are you using a cargo truck to also carry people?
Cool. Maybe we have to read the full story to get a better understanding.
Yeah, but you know, I told you about this thing recently that people have been doing that. Even in Accra, people do that, you know. Yeah. So anyway, so that's it for BBC Africa.
Right, let me take us to graphiconline.com. President Akufo-Addo delivers farewell New Year message. Bride shares heartbreaking details of groom's death at Achim. You know, there was a story about, about the groom passing away on his wedding day because he felt dizzy and lost his life. So Faustina Akufo-Addo is MP-elect for Dom Kwabena, and that's by the Electoral Commission. Also, ahead of 31st Watch Night, police warns against inducing fear. And also, Ekrapeman honors Dan Botwe as Nkoswo Hene. NDC's court objection misplaced. EC already addressing issues. Afenyo Marking says this. Limit appointment of ministers, deputies at maximum of 55. Constitutional Review Committee consultative reports. See the cutoff grades for KNUST 2024-2025 undergraduate admission. So the WASI the students who took part in the WASI 2024 who wants to know the cutoff grade for the KNUST admissions, you can find that on graphiconline.com as well. Court to rule on NDC's objection to Mandamo's application on January 1st. MacDan has defaulted debt payments since 2020 and only paid 2 million Ghana cedis last week out of over $3.9 million Ghana Airports Company Limited says that size of parliament should be capped to 277 MPs. Constitutional Review Consultative Committee report. So there are more stories on graphiconline.com if you want to take a look at. Kweku, you want us to go into some details?
Yeah, we'll do some details.
Right.
So Ghanaians usher in 2025 with prayers and fireworks. So the story here says Ghanaians across the country welcome 2025 in the spirit of celebration and reverence, combining vibrant fireworks displays with heartfelt prayers and worship, particularly in Christian communities. Now, churches were filled with worshippers attending watch night services, a long-standing tradition in Ghana where Christians gather to reflect on the past year and seek divine blessings for the year ahead. Now, hymns, scripture readings, and fervent prayers of gratitude and hope marked these services. Many congregations also dedicated time to pray for national peace, prosperity, and unity. Now, as the clock struck midnight, the skies lit up with colorful fireworks, symbolizing the joy and optimism of a new year. Now, in cities like Accra, Kumasi, and Takoradi, fireworks were launched from various vantage points, illuminating the sky and drawing cheers from excited crowds. Families and friends gathered outdoors to witness the spectacle, sharing in the collective spirit of renewal. Now, for many, the blend of spiritual devotion and celebratory displays underscores Ghana's unique way of welcoming a new year, emphasizing faith, gratitude, and hope for brighter days ahead. As 2025 begins, the country looks forward with optimism, drawing strength from its traditions and the unwavering faith of its people. And so that's a beautiful story there. You know, the unique thing about the Ghana situation, and I'm not sure, when I say unique, I'm talking about versus the global norm, right? Is that a lot of nations, when it's New Year's, they'll prepare food, they'll go outdoors, they'll picnic, they'll wait for the fireworks. Yeah. It's like the fireworks is what marks
the new year, yes.
Right? But for Ghanaians, we all go to church. You know, most of us will go to church, show up in church, spend some time in church, and then do the fireworks after, and then, you know, head home and maybe get some suya on the way home.
Anyway, let me take us to ChannelOneNews.com. As the president addressed the nation yesterday, there's a story there that says, overcome fear, secure Ghana's future, Akufo-Addo tells the youth. So President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has called on the Ghanaian youth to overcome fear and seize opportunities to drive national development. In his final New Year message as president, he highlighted the pivotal role of young people in shaping Ghana's future and urged them to break barriers and push beyond their limits. Akufo-Addo added that with hard work and determination, devoid of fear, the youth can secure a brighter future for Ghana, emphasizing the importance of courage and resilience in achieving national progress. And this is a quote from the message. To the youth of Ghana, you are the heartbeat of our future. Your energy, creativity, and dreams are what will drive this nation forward. Do not let fear hold you back. Dream big, work hard, and know that the future is yours to shape. He also expressed optimism about Ghana's progress as he prepares to hand over power to President-elect John Dramani Mahama on January 7th, 2025. He conveyed confidence in the ability of Ghanaians to achieve excellence, emphasizing that the foundation laid by his administration over the past 8 years will continue to drive the nation's development. So that's what we have per the president's final message to us yesterday.
All right. Well, I think it's time to go for some sports.
Yes.
Get some sports updates. Okay, so sports is next.